Hi, I'm Peter Haddock and I'm here at the Highways UK event. And I'm here with Ben Du Preez from Leica Geosystems as part of the Hexagon group. Ben, one of the things I wanted to find out more about, and fortunately Ben's here folks, is all of the different things I talk about here on the stand, 3D machine control, mobile mapping, surveying, drones, technology, ag tech, personal devices, the list goes on folks. How do they all connect together in a connected worksite environment? And also, we've seen how connected worksites like the A14 integrated project can be delivered on time, actually before time, and under budget. You are the person that's putting all of that together within the Leica Geosystems Hexagon team. Give me some input as to how it works and what kind of things you're doing and how that works for the wider industry.
All those different solutions that you mentioned really need to all kind of come together under one umbrella, and form a complete solution. And then I think what my role is within Hexagon is to work with projects right at the beginning of that project, to consult with them and show them all the solutions that are made available to them through Hexagon, through Leica Geosystems, and then allow all of those sensors to be shared across the project and to have that kind of open communication between site and office through those solutions as well.
Right, so if I get this right, the one thing that has stopped the industry moving forward, Ben, in my opinion, is we have engineers creating models on different software that then doesn't relate to another piece of software that you have to have for 3D machine control. That gets changed over here, that's changed over there, that's changed over here. Everything gets muddled up and we don't have one version of the truth as a cloud-based real-time model that can be fed into by machines and other things. And that is relevant information for machine control and digging on site and doing other work. That's part of the problem and part of the solution, is to integrate. How does that work, and when is the best time to talk to you? Is it like literally we've got the building we're ready to demolish? Because demolishing safely by doing 3D surveying and stuff is also a part of that program. And how can we do that better?
Going all the way from the very start of the project, all the way through to the closing off and the as-built and the handover, and everything in between as well. So I think going back to your question, Peter, one of the main key elements is trying to have both on and off machine systems talking to each other.
Right.
And having that connection between, and that, as you said, connected site between the office and actually what's happening out on site. And there's got to be a two-way data flow.
Yeah.
So for example, we've got Leica Connex, which allows us to upload data to then be used out in the field, either on or off machine.
Yeah.
But also then feed that data back to understand the productivity that's happening out on site, and actually be able to analyze that through this Connex, which is a web-based platform for data.
And so anybody can feed into that, machines can feed into the Connex system, surveyors can feed into that, people can make the changes to the model of the site through the Connex system, and therefore resend out that changed information. So you're just working from that one piece there.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So talk to me about some of the projects that are benefiting from that at the moment, and some of the things that are exciting as the mobile mapping I've learnt about today, doing things in 3 hours instead of 30 days that would take traditional surveying methods to happen. What are the kind of projects that are really taking this on board? Because we're at Highways UK event here, so obviously highways, but there's other things as well, isn't there?
Everything from linear construction projects, heavy construction, building construction projects. It's trying to. There's a lot of customers that are really taking advantage of Connex and all of the other solutions that feed into that as well. So, and you mentioned obviously the A14, which obviously really utilised technology to increase that productivity and that efficiency. And then we've also got things here today that productivity and efficiency is fantastic from a project point of view, but for me as well, I think that the safety element really needs to be brought in.
Absolutely, 100%. Safety first at all times, folks. And so, there's other systems there that you've been integrating, isn't there? And that's the key point. Tell me about one of those.
Yeah, so we've got the PA80 system here, which essentially is that people-plant interface, and ensuring that we understand that who's on site, where they are, and that the cab driver can also be aware of his surroundings, and also just to avoid the interaction between people and plant. So those that are on site will have a tag, there'll be anchors on the machine, and then we can really understand where people are, and if there is a near miss, then we can know about it through that system. Other things like the GS89, we're on these sites, we're still walking on top of stockpiles, for example, working at height. The GS89 essentially has a camera within the GNSS sensor that allows you to take a series of images and then create a point cloud. So for example, with a trench or with a stockpile, we can capture that data, and as opposed to working in a dangerous environment, we can then actually work safely with that data back in the office.
And that's all connecting everything together, and those data streams work, and they actually are usable by all the people and all the elements for that. So all of these different things come together, folks. And for me, the connected work site only works if it's a safe site, but only works if all the data is accessible, people understand it, and all the rest of it. And part of your role, Ben, as well, is training, isn't it? And integrating with the teams there. And that's really the crux of it, to get people trained on how this works and make sure that there's the availability of people like yourself to do that, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think consulting as well, and actually from that consulting phase to let everybody know what is out there and the technology that's here now and available to us today, but also then in the future as well. But as you said as well, it's bringing all of those together. So you've learned about, a bit more about GPR today, a bit more about mobile mapping, and these things all come together and feed into one another to kind of give you that full site solution.
Well, it's the full site solution that I've been given a full work through on today, Ben. Thanks very much for talking to us. And Ben, people can get in touch with you. What do they find you on LinkedIn?
Yeah, LinkedIn's probably the best method. And as I say, working just closely with projects that's my main role, to help them. Is kind of the key thing that I'm out there to do. So
there we go. So you want a consultant that knows how to get you all connected with the Connex through the Leica systems and the Hexagon technologies as well, like AgTech. Call Ben and he'll help you out. And Ben, it's been a pleasure to meet you. Thanks, and I know there's people waiting in their sidelines to talk to you about those big projects. So thanks very much. Cheers.
Thanks, Peter.